Hi Fairy Garden fans, great to see you again. Spring has sprung on Fairy Mountain, although it is still a little cold. We're back out in the garden and going to do some how-to videos. So what we're going to be creating today is a gnome quarry, which is basically a rockery, but with a different kind of twist on it. So what I did first was I picked the area in the garden and sort of cordoned it off. We just had these curbstones left over from another job, but you could put rocks along the edge or whatever you like really. Then I laid down some of the weed control fabric. This is the slightly thicker quality one, which I would recommend. There's a lighter quality one, but we found it's not as good. So this allows drainage, but it does stop the weeds from coming through. So I've laid that down in the area. And then what I did was went and collected various rocks of different sizes and just placed them around haphazardly. Apart from this section here, I've made a little stairway with some flat rocks going up, and I'm going to put a gnome on top there. So we've laid our weed control fabric, we've added rocks and then just a bit of topsoil in between. Next thing I'm going to do is just add a few plants. I've chosen some alpines. I'm not going to do too many because I do want this to be a low maintenance area of the garden. So I've chosen a few sedums. This one's called Coral Carpet. We're going to get nice flowers on it later in the spring. It's also good because it's going to spread and get some little bit more ground cover. They're also nice and low maintenance, and they like this kind of climate as well. So this is one of my favourite alpines. It's a Saxifraga and it's called Mossy Red. I just love the flowers, I think they're fabulous. So this is another sedum, Aureum. It's going to have masses of yellow flowers later in the spring, and it's going to spread really nicely. So last but not least, we have another sedum, an alpine called Purpureum, which has lovely purple leaves. We're also going to get some nice flowers later in the spring, towards midsummer. So I'm just going to pop that in the back over here. So next we'll be infilling all the areas of bare soil with gravel. I just picked up this bag of light gold from our local builders providers. You can also get it from a garden centre, and they do lots of different types of decorative gravel and pebbles, so you can just choose whatever takes your fancy. So I've filled the whole area now with the natural coloured gravel, but I thought it might be nice to add a pop of colour. So I managed to pick up this bucket of coloured gravel at our local garden centre. You might be able to find something similar. You can also use aquarium gravel that comes in lots of colours. I just thought it might add a little bit of va-va-voom. Next I'm going to add a couple of larger fairy doors, which we've got available on our website. So this is the acorn fairy door. They're from really tough, durable resin, and they stand up themselves, which is great. So I'm going to put that at the top of the stone staircase. I'm going to add some moss around the edges just to make it look a little bit more natural. So I have a collection of little fellows here who are all going to be working in the gnome quarry, so I'm going to spread them out around the area and they're going to get busy working. This guy is living next to the toadstool door. He looks quite happy working away. Another fellow here leaning on his spade. This gnome doesn't seem to be doing much work, but he's enjoying himself in the sunshine. I'm adding a few more bits now to finish the quarry off. This gnome looks like he's the only one who's actually doing any work. I'm going to fill his wheelbarrow up with some rubies. So here's the finished gnome quarry, and it was kind of fun to do, and I think you'd enjoy making them as well. Something you could do with the kids at home really easily, and over time I'll probably add a few more gnomes and possibly a few more plants as well, but it should be nice and low maintenance, easy to keep, which is great in the garden.